So, it's Hallie, and welcome back to Encore. When we last left off, we were here in the good ending, I guess. We're gonna see if this pans out into something specific to Natsuki, because if it doesn't, I'm kind of out of ideas for how to get, like, half the endings. Anyway, so seeing as I have no major dark secret that I have been quiet about this entire time, what do we all do now? We're all on the same page now, and no, not to bring up each other's issues again, right? The girls glumly nod their heads. And I take it each of us are sorry for the whole incident before all this happened. The girls all exchange looks with each other and merely nod to each other, which I suppose will suffice for now as a mutual apology. Monica wipes the tears from her face as she ponders the question.
Well, since that's taken care of, we need to do something about the fact that the script is being stretched and that everyone else knows that this is just a game.
How come Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri all haven't gone crazy like you said they would, if they knew the truth?
Well, I certainly don't feel crazy. That might be because of you, Hallie. Maybe it's because you stood up for me back there and we're having this conversation. It just might be your calming presence. But I don't know if that's a permanent fix or not. What exactly do you mean by that? I'm saying that Hallie might have calmed everyone down for right now, but there's no guarantee that it stays that way. I mean, I can't say I feel all that different. Yeah, same here. Well, even if you don't feel any different now and nothing ends up happening, then there's still the matter of the script.
There has to be a way to free up space. Monica nervously grimaces.
I only know of one solution.
And that is?
You need to restore my administrator access again. No! We're not going through this again. Monica, even if the player were to do that, we need some kind of assurance that you won't use that power to try and kill us again. Look, if that's what it takes so that we can all continue to be together as friends, I think it's worth the risk. If I ever do that, or if I ever do what I did again, you guys have every right to kill me. I'll even untie my character file from the systems folder to ensure that if I have to be removed, I don't take everything down with me. And I'll give up my access for good as soon as it's done. I can reorganize the code and delete some events that never happened in the script. That'll free up enough room in the script for it to run smoothly for a while. And hopefully in the meantime we can start figuring out how to get out of here.
Yuri and Natsuki are silent for a few moments before begrudgingly nodding to Monica in approval.
Thank you. If you try anything else, you're dead! I understand. So, how does Hallie restore your access? Leave that to me.
Monica takes a few steps forward until we're only a few feet apart.
All right, Hallie. If that's what the player's real name is, do you trust me to go forward with what I'm about to do?
I have a hard time believing Monica would want to subject us to the torture that everyone just endured. And I completely understand everyone's reservations about restoring Monica's access. But if this is the only way, yes, I trust you and I'm ready.
Good, I appreciate your trust. Now you need to do exactly as I say. It is done.
I open my eyes again to see everyone smiling gratefully in the same old clubroom we've all come to call our home, away from home. So it worked?
Yes, Hallie. I've surrendered my administrator access back to you completely, and the script has plenty of room to function for a while. I'm not sure for how long, though. Does it really matter, though? Just be glad we have a lot more time to spend together. It'll be nice to get caught up on some reading. And I'm sure I have some manga to organize again. Honestly, after all this, I think I need to sit down.
Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri each head off to do their respective activities, while Monica and I are just left standing in the middle of the room together.
I do have one question for you, Hallie. So, don't get mad, but I did add one little thing to the script.
What did you add?
It's nothing bad, I assure you. In a way, I'm just playing the part I was always meant to play, as an advisor. It's my primal function, after all. I just wanted to be so much more than that, that's all. I didn't want to do what I did. They're my friends. I'm not sure how I'm going to forgive myself. But I know now it's impossible thanks to you.
Monica, you're so much more than just some club president in some video game whose only purpose was to advise me. You always were. You didn't have to do anything. I just hope that everything we've been through has shown you that you don't need to go to such great lengths to spend time with me. I appreciate you for who you are, and I know you're not a bad person. And I know in time we can all move on from what happened here.
I appreciate that. More than you may realize. Now, on to business. I went through all the choices you've made over the course of this mod, and I've constructed a final choice menu for you. This is your final choice for who you want to be with. I can assure you that regardless of whoever you choose, everyone will ultimately accept your decision.
I appreciate it, Monica.
Well, here you go. I'll leave you to it.
Monica steps away as I'm prompted with a virtual floating menu. Who do I want to commit to? Well, gosh, I guess I didn't, Oh, wait, no, that's right. Because of the choices we made earlier, we're still on the good ending for Sayori. Well, I guess we'll still check out some of those other options anyway, maybe? Let me grab that save right there. I got rid of the other saves because they're making parallel. I want to be in a relationship with Sayori.
Sayori, huh? She's a keeper, Allie, even if she doesn't think so herself. Make sure you treat her right.
I will. I have a lot of making up to do to her for her this and everything over the last few years.
Well, no time like the present to start making good on that promise.
She'll also need someone to show her the bright side of things when she's feeling down.
Yeah, she will. If anyone can do that, it's you. She'll definitely be happy that you want to stay with her. I have to say, I'm not surprised. You are loyal to her for the most part.
No use in ending something good if both people are happy. She needs me, and I'm more than happy to be a part of her life.
Well, hey, I hope things continue to go great for you, too. She's a keeper, Allie.
Thank you, Monica.
Well, this is where we depart. Everyone's going to want to get their final say in before you go, so I won't delay them any longer. But I do want to say that I'm extremely grateful for all you've done here. You've been there for us through our worst and best times. You helped the others start to forgive me and put me on the path towards learning how to forgive myself. It's not something most people would do, Hallie. You really are one of us. And I'm glad that you're a member of the Literature Club. This place really wouldn't be the same without you. It wouldn't even exist without you. You're the best member of the club that I've had the privilege of knowing. And I wish you the best in all your future endeavors. Take care, Hallie. I hope you've enjoyed your stay with us.
Monica and I share one last smile with each other before she grabs her stuff and disappears into the hallway. I feel a tap on my shoulder. To my surprise, I turn around to see it's Natsuki. At first, we both struggle to find the right words to say to each other, given our history, but for once, she's the first to break the ice.
You know, I can't say I'm too surprised that you choose Sayori. Not choose. I always did think you two went well together. I hope everything works out between you two.
Thank you, Natsuki. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's the least I can do. We've had quite the ride, you and me.
Yeah, it's really been something.
You know, for the longest time I wasn't sure if I could really trust you. And, well, I still ended up falling for you. I don't really know why. Maybe because I thought you were funny, amazing.
Charming?
Don't push your luck, Hallie. But what I'm trying to say is, most boys wouldn't have done what you've done for me. I know we've certainly had our ups and downs, and yeah, things could have gone better. But I really, really want to thank you for saving me back there. I'm not sure how any of us are going to get over Monica trying to kill us. But I think you set enough of an example for us to follow.
It's the least I can do, Natsuki. I know there's more to you than your looks and the tough act you've put up. I'm glad I've gotten to know the real Natsuki.
More or less. I'm still not sure how I feel about all this being some sort of game. But that means I don't have to worry about my dad anymore.
That's true. Still, you don't have anything like Monica's powers. What are you gonna do?
I'll figure something out. But I'm not going back there again, that's for sure.
Glad to hear it, Natsuki.
Yeah, so I guess I'll see you around.
Of course, this club wouldn't be as entertaining without you in it.
That's for damn sure. Bye, Hallie. And hey, I hope you keep Sayori happy. You'll be hearing from me if you don't.
Noted, Natsuki. Natsuki smiles as she heads out into the hallway. Yuri is the next one to approach me.
It's hard to believe that we're finally at the end of this saga.
Yeah, I imagine everyone's feeling pretty relieved.
I most certainly am. I know the others already said the same thing, but I really do want to thank everything you've done for us, especially for me.
You thank me for everything I've done for you? Whatever.
I also believe you and Sayori deserve my congratulations on your relationship.
That's sweet of you, Yuri. Thank you.
She and I have always gotten along rather well. I must admit I could never match her energy levels or her enthusiasm, but she always was inspirational and kind to me. She did help me get out of my shell, just a little bit. She's been a fantastic vice president. I can't think anyone else better suited for the role. And I know you'll make her happy and continue to be the positive force in her life, Hallie.
Thank you, Yuri. That's very thoughtful.
I must admit, I do wish our relationship could have gone differently. I suspect that giving you the letter and my subsequent confession certainly didn't help things. You're just the first boy that I ever had serious feelings for. And with everything, I just didn't know how to handle that. I sincerely regret my actions towards you and everyone else. Even Monica didn't deserve that.
You're not a bad person, Yuri. I hope I helped you see that. I'll admit, I wish we all could have had the club experience without the drama, and things could have gone better between us for sure. But you're a beautiful, gracious, and kind person, Yuri. You'll find someone worth your time. I believe in you.
Thank you. Coming from you, it means a lot. I think we both learned a lot from this experience, wouldn't you agree?
For sure. I just hope going forward we'll be a stronger as a club together. Yep.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do about,
I think it's finally time that I start confronting this problem rather than suppressing it. I'm not sure what the best way is, if everything is just a simulation now. Is there a way I can simply just undo my problem with a click of a button?
I can't say that I have the answer to that question, but I know you'll figure something out. I'll be right here if you need my help.
I'd very much appreciate that, Hallie. I really owe you a lot, don't I?
I just did what I thought was right back there. You and everyone else are so much more than some code.
Well, we'll have much to ponder about the supposed truth of our reality. But I must admit, this whole experience has inspired me to write my own story about this.
It better be a bestseller.
I haven't written a full novel before, but I'm sure I can figure it out. But perhaps one challenge at a time, right?
Yeah, I think we've earned some well-deserved rest.
And rest we shall. Farewell, Hallie, and thank you for everything. I hope everything goes well between you and Sayori.
Yuri says sweetly as she heads out the door. Finally, Sayori is the last one to approach me, though she doesn't seem overly excited or jovial, but rather a little anxious.
Hey, Howie.
Sayori, how are you doing?
Well, I'm not sure I really know the right words for any of that.
You're not surprised about my decision, are you?
No, I'm just really happy. After everything, you still want to be with me.
Of course I do. I love you, Sayori. Nothing's going to change my mind about you. I care about you, Sayori. I really do, and I think I've shown that in more ways than one recently.
Yeah, I understand. I'm really glad we get to spend some time together. You just know how to make me happy, don't you?
It's the best job in the world. I do want you to promise me one thing, okay?
Yeah, what is it?
Get help for your depression, alright? You know I hate seeing you like that. It's for your own good that you keep going to therapy. I'm more than willing to go with you.
Well, after this, I think I'll have plenty to talk about with whoever will be my therapist. But I'll do it, for you.
Thank you, Sayori.
There is one more thing.
Yeah?
Thank you so much for joining this club. It really means a lot to me that you agreed to join. It saved me in so many ways that I didn't realize at first.
I know.
Well, you ready to head out?
You go on ahead. I'll meet you at my place later.
Okay.
Sayori and I exchange one last smile before she too heads out and disappears into the hallway. I sink back in a chair as Sayori leaves the clubroom, taking in the newfound silence. It's finally over. All the tears, all the name-calling, all the temper tantrums. It's finally over. I glance at my watch and notice that it's far past the normal time I'd be heading back home. Well, even if this world isn't real, it'd feel weird hanging around in here. I pick up my stuff and begin heading out the door, but not before taking one last look at the clubroom. This really is no ordinary literature club. But I don't think I'd have it any other way. I turn on my heel and head out the door to start the walk home. So is that it? Is that it? We got one more scene. I take a seat down on my steps and take in the view of my neighborhood. Looking up at the sky, I can see the A tint of orange forming in the vast blue sea that flies high above me. Even if it's not real, I always did enjoy it. It always did instill a sense of calm and peace whenever I was troubled, and after today those are two things I most surely need. Though going forward, for better or worse, things aren't going to be the same. Monica has a lot of work to earn everyone's trust back, but I'll do what I can to ensure she fairly earns it. After all, who knows how much time Monica has really bought us. How are we going to cross over to this world to join the person who I'm supposed to represent? Am I even real? No matter. Whatever challenges that await the Literature Club, I'll be right there with them to face it down. Because I know one thing for sure. I care about them with all my heart. Sayori the most. She'll need us now more than ever to help her conquer her rain clouds and whatever else gets thrown her way. I know the player cares about her just as much as I do. I hope we can both care and watch over her together. Thank you, whoever you are. You'll always be welcome in the Literature Club.
Hey, Howie, you ready to go for our date?
You know it! I take Sayori's hand as we walk off towards the city to enjoy our evening together. Oh, is that all we get? Do we get to see the date, or is that just it? I don't really know. I feel like I should let the credits play out just to make sure. Even though we've already watched these credits once, and then partially again when I was like ripping on the mod for being what it is. Alas. But this did confirm my suspicions. We're going to get 5 separate endings that way. Because we get one for each girl, and then a neutral one, I assume, where we pick the ... and then we just don't get it with anybody. Alright, so let's see. I need to like put this, how we're going to proceed together in my head going forward. Because like, we did Sayori, a good ending and a bad ending along with her. Well, no, initially we did Sayori and we got 2 bad endings. And then we did Natsuki. We've gotten Sayori's good ending. We're gonna get Natsuki's good ending next. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to skip a lot of stuff because I deleted all the files in a fit of confused frustration. But, I'll say. Yeah, I want to do like 1 bad and 1 good ending going forward for all the rest of these. So I think, after we take care of Natsuki's thing, we'll do Monica next, because Yuri's my favorite, obviously. We'll get one of the bad endings, we'll get Monica's good ending, and then we'll do Yuri, we'll get the neutral ending, and we'll get Yuri's good ending to finish off the whole thing. But I did want to tinker around with like the other options too, like with like whether we're on Sayori's route or not. Because like initially we started on Sayori's route, instead we'd stayed with Yuri over the weekend. So and then on the second one we picked Natsuki for the weekend and we weren't with Sayori. So for the Yuri one, we want it to be like the same way. We're not with Sayori, but we were with Yuri and on the weekend. And then so yeah, for Monica's route, we want to say we loved Sayori, but we were with Natsuki on the weekend, and we're going for Monica despite being in love with Sayori. Yeah, that's it. That's the plan going forward. I remember these credits being very long, and I don't know if I have enough to blather about in the meantime. So yeah, we've seen a lot of what this mod has to offer, and I imagine it's not going to be too terribly different on the next 2 routes. I'm kind of curious what will happen with Monica's route, because like she's not going to really have any reason to give us nightmares on that one. That's going to be a curiosity, because like the nightmares are a pretty consistent thing on the other routes, or so it seems. Yeah, like, I suppose you could play the Monica route and did not even know this was, like, a weird mod in any way, depending on how that goes, but, yeah, we'll just have to see when we get there. Looks like Natsuki's ending isn't going to take very long, especially if a lot of this stuff is, like, common to the routes. And so the most of it's just gonna be me skipping ahead to where we need to be. So we already did all the good ending Natsuki stuff, right? Didn't we? Man, I really shouldn't have deleted those files. That was an objective error, but that's okay. We'll get there. It won't take that long, dear. How long were these credits again? We're down to like the audio stuff. So many audios. Such audio. What is it sounds? Audio doorbell? Oh yeah, I remember that one. Audio train? I can't actually say I remember it. So, who did we go with? We went with Natsuki on a train, didn't we? Somewhere? Or am I thinking of something else? I might have been thinking of XD with that one. Because you had to ride the train with her to go to like the Chinese store where you find out she's Chinese or part Chinese or whatever. Such a weird random thing to include. It's whatever. There's all them sprites. Oh, you're mad. Why mad? Yandere and Angry Sayori. Yeah, I had to get them. Had to get them crazy sprites and like nightmares and stuff. But honestly, if they're gonna use crazy sprites like that, I would certainly rather they be inside of nightmares instead of like the character just being out of character. Alright, now that's it. Yeah. We don't get to see that date or whatever.